Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Nicole and this is Dusty Book Sniffers, and today we're here for our Advent opening. We've got a book box. You can see the little tower of books behind me and we are up to book 7. So let's grab it off and see what we get today. Well, good morning or good evening everybody and welcome back to the channel. As I said, we are here for book number 7 in our Advent Christmas box opening. This is a Book Grocer Advent calendar that I got from here in Australia. I am not affiliated with them. This is not a paid promotion or anything like that, but I wouldn't mind being affiliated with them. Who wouldn't want to be affiliated with someone that supplies books? But anyway, I have got a nice little stack that is growing by the day over there, and by the end of this opening I'll have 24 new books that I will be able to add onto my TBR for next year. And basically I'm going to endeavour to put 2 a month on my TBR. So I'm also writing which book it was in the book as well, so I know and what year I got it, because I do have some that I've got from other ones. But we're here to open up book 7, so let's open it up and see what we got today and learn a little bit more about the author and whether it's a series and all that sort of stuff. All right. Ooh, it looks like it's another thriller. It is by Sarah Hilary and it's Quieter Than Killing. And that is what I actually like, that cover. And that's what the cover looks like. She doesn't have any books written on the back, so I don't know how many books she has, but when we open up and have a look, we'll find out, I guess. All right, so it looks like it's raining on the back of the cover as well. It's nicely done. It has, let's find out how many pages it's got. Okay, we've got, in the back of this one, we have a couple of chapters from another book called Come and Find Me. There's a little author's note here. Quieter Than Killing is a work of fiction, but I found the following to be particular, relevant, and or inspiration when I was writing the book. The Forgiveness Project by Mariana, don't even know how to pronounce that last name. Just going to leave that one alone. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to. And HM Prison Service, a survival guide by Adian Catamol, published by Ditto Press, and also Happy Likes Murders by Gordon Byrne. Okay, so they were published 2015, 2009, 1998. So that she's taken inspiration, I guess, from those books. It's got 400 pages in it. It has a couple of pages, well, it's got 4 pages of people raving about 5 pages of people raving about the book. So a little bit about the author. She, Sarah Hilary, has worked as a bookseller and with the Royal Navy. Okay. Her debut novel was Someone Else's Skin, won the Thiskin Old Peculiar Crime Novel of the Year in 2015. So she's been writing for a while, which is great. That's always good to know. It was the Observer's Book of the Month and Richard and Judy Book Club bestseller. And it has been published worldwide. The next 2 novels, No Other Darkness and Tastes Like Fear, have been published to great critical acclaim. Quieter Than Killing is the 4th book. Okay, so it's the 4th book in a series. D.I. Marnie Rome series. Okay, so interesting. I might have to get the first one. I might have to do a little bit of see this is the only thing that I don't like. It's great because I might end up finding a new favorite author, but it's frustrating at the same time because there's 3 books before I can read this. So what I might do with any of the books that are last in the series, what I might do, instead of putting them onto my TBR, I will get the first book from the series and have a read from that and see what it's about. And if I'm going to like it and if I'm going to continue on with it. That sounds like a good plan, yeah? Like, you think that's a good plan? And hopefully, with any luck, Savannah might have got the first one in the series in her box. But she's not opening hers up daily. She waits till Christmas Day. and then it opens up 24 presents on Christmas Day. Because that's the way she rolls. So yeah, all right. So I think that, what do you reckon? I reckon that's a good plan. So any series that I get in this box, I'll get the first one from that on Kindle or Scribe or whatever, whichever one. Probably just get the audio, have a bit of a listen, see if I like the story, like the character, because it's a series. That character is going to develop over the series, obviously. See if I gel with that character in that series, especially crime ones. Like, they generally, they usually are part of a series anyway, and see if I gel with it. If I gel with it, then I can get the other books, and then I can eventually read this one. So that's, I think, going forward, is a really good idea. So I think that is what I'm going to do going forward. So let me just write in here that it's book 7, so I don't forget, 2022, and then I'll slip a little note in there for when I go to put it on my TBR, that I need to get the first book in the series, find out what that is, put it on, and then, and go from there. But let's find out what it's about. So we've got, there's 5 pages of people raving about this book. It was first published in 2017, and it was first published by Headline Publishing Group. And they are part of their own entity, because it doesn't say that they're part of anything. So yeah, all right. So it starts out with 6 years ago. So it's and then now. So it's got a dual timeline in the first couple of pages. So we find out what happened 6 years before, and then it'll come to the now. Okay, so let's find out. Serious stuff, brilliantly presented. The most poignant entry in her series so far. A corker of a story, vivid and effortless prose. It's dark, it's brilliant, and it tightens like a noose. Ooh, that sounds good. All right, let's find out what it's about. All right, so now that we sort of know a little bit about it, we don't really know much about her herself, but we know that she's written a few novels, and it's published, as we said, it's published by Headline. I can't find anything. I'm just looking in the back for anything about the author. No, it just has the Come and Find Me first chapter. Okay, so there's even books after this one that she's already released. So Come and Find Me was coming out in spring of 2018. So I'll have to do a little bit more research and find out how many books are actually in the series. And, it must be an okay series if they're public, that'd be the 6th book in 2018. And if she's publishing one a year, and we're up to 2022, that's, and she's got one a year, I'm sure that the publishers are not going to keep publishing it if it's a crappy series. They'd tell her to wrap it up. Surely they would do that, although I have read some that are pretty bad. All right, let's find out what it's about. So this is the D.I. Marnie Rome series. As I said, D.I. Marnie Rome knows what pain is. She has lost her family to violence. So when a series of vicious vigilante attacks grips the icy streets of London, she recognizes its base emotions, rage, and the need for silence and personal revenge. Then, just as her own family home is ransacked, a young boy disappears from the streets, and Marnie is desperate to find him. What she doesn't know is that the very act is leading her, step by step, back to those terrible events from her past. I don't know whether I'd like it or not. I don't know. What do you think? It sounds okay. So this is another reason why I don't like to read blurbs, because it takes me into that expectation of that this book needs to stand up to that blurb. And now let's face it, blurbs on the back are there to sell books, because if they had shit blurbs on the back, no one's going to buy the book. So so sometimes you get sucked into them, and that's why I stopped reading synopsises about them and whatnot. So now I sort of just go in, I grab a book by its cover, or by the, Quieter Than Killing. I like the title of that, so I would pick it up and start reading it. But the problem is, that's where I run into problems with series. So if I see a book, generally what I do is I'll jump on the Goodreads, I'll pick it, put in the author, find out what other books they've got. This is when I'm out shopping and whatnot, and then I find the series, and I'll know where it is, where it's placed into the series and whatnot. So that, again, another sounds like a good book, but I'm not too sure, and I'm a little bit disappointed because, as I said, it's 4th in the series, so I've got to read a whole heap of others. But I think we've got a plan going forward. All right, So that is Quieter Than Killing. I've got a plan going forward, as I just said, but that is it from me today. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then that way you're not going to miss out on any future posts. As always, like the video and leave me a comment down below. Have you read this book already? Because I mean, these are back catalogue books that I've been getting, that I've pulled out so far. So if you've read any of the books, don't forget to leave me a comment down below and just tell me, was it good or wasn't it good? That's all I need to know. On that. But as always, keep turning those pages and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.